Alright, welcome guys for a video today. We came back up to Ayutthaya. So here I am at Wat Ta Krai or something like that. Anyway, it says online that the meaning of it is the Monastery of the Scissors. And it's a kind of a sprawling little complex that's abandoned, and it's just north of the main part of the island of Ayutthaya. And they don't really know when it was built. They know some of the structures are early Ayutthaya period, some of them are later Ayutthaya period. And it was abandoned when the Burmese attacked the city. The royal palace and stuff is just to the south of here. So this would have all been part of the Burmese army camp, all of this area here. So it was abandoned, and then it was used again in the reigns of, I believe, Rama IV and Rama V. So they came in and they restored part of this. So the restoration is, 100 or so years old, but the temple itself is quite old. So, going back into the 14th, 15th century time period. So anyway, let's look around and let's see what we're... See, this is the temple grounds. So we have the outer wall, and then outside of the wall you can see houses and stuff like that. So you have bases of some of the buildings, you have some of the chatties, you have some of the prayer halls that have been somewhat restored, and then over here is some more of the buildings for people that live here. And I've seen one other like a Thai guy, he pulled up and was taking some pictures and stuff. So the Thais do come over here and enjoy this, but it's basically just sitting out here. So here we got an ordination hall. So this building here is 12 meters by 16 meters. And then it has the entrance that's off to the east. And then there's some gates to this. So you have a door here and a door in the back. So this would have been part of what was restored, probably under that King Rama IV. And you can see that this is also in the shape of a boat. So it's bowed down here in the middle. And then some of the wood is still in the windowsill. And then you can see the plastering on the wall here. And then they would have had a Buddha sitting right there. And you can see people came in and put like a little shrine. And so it had two windows on each side. And then there's part of the windowsill that's still in this one. And then they have some notches up there. I don't know if that was part of the roof support or what those would have been used for. They're not the little crevices for the Buddha images, because they go all the way outside. And then you can see part of the original Buddha and then some of the marker stone. And people would have came in here and made offerings and stuff and done their blessings. And then there's one of the marker stones. And then a small little wall that was around this prayer hall. This is pretty cool. They have some brick ponds. So they have two of them. They have one brick pond here, and then they have a brick pond on the other side of that tree that's fallen down. And those were built to balance out the layout of this temple. Everything kind of had to be in a certain place in order to kind of give it a peaceful, tranquility, like a balanced feel. So this is not too far from the royal palace. So you would have been able to have quite a few of the royals. It was within walking distance to come over here. But I don't know if the royals use this. There's some sayings about, there's some folklore that's associated with this building, but I don't quite understand the Thai story. Okay, so this would have been the main part of the temple here. So it's quite a massive wall that goes around it. And then have a tree that's growing here in the corner. Too bad that you can't see what the shape would have been of this wall at the top. And you can see that tree that's just completely taken over this corner of this wall. And it looks like there's two entrances to here. Over here is one of the gates, and then there's the gate right here on the east side. So on the south and on the east, there's two gates into the center of this. And here's the southern gate. And it has another tree that's just taken over. Look at that root in those bricks. So this would have probably been an arch of some kind going over the gate. And then to the south, there was another type of structure right here. And then you had some more auxiliary buildings outside. And then looks like there's a gate at the far southern part of the outer wall. So you see, this is a pretty good sized temple ground. And it's really a shame. All this stuff would have been so cool to see when it was in operation. Holy smokes, there's a lot of red ants right here. Whew. Those guys will bite me in my sandals. Okay, so this is inside of the main part. So it has tons of these little chatties. And it says that there's 15 of these small little chatties on the north and on the south side of the primary buildings of the temple. This one here is in somewhat okay shape. You can see it's got the base, it's like an octagon, and this is late Ayutthaya style. You can see the base of it is quite high, so the base goes to right there, and then there's the bell of the top of the chatty, and that's really kind of a hallmark of late Ayutthaya style. And there's part of one that's fallen off. Not sure if it's this one here or the other one over here. Could be either one. And over here you can see the second brick pond. So they put a lot of effort into that. So they would have dug it and then they would have lined it with bricks. So here we have, this is a pretty nice little stupa. And it's also one that's in the late Ayutthaya style. And you can see all the stucco work that's up there. And then they would have had a little Buddha image probably in that little slot. See, there's quite a bit of the stucco that's still intact, especially right there at the top of the base and at the bottom of the top of the spire. It's pretty nice. It's the best shaped, the one that's in the best shape here out of all of these. Okay, so here is the Buddhist image hall. So they would have had the Buddhas in here, and this building is 12 meters by 26 meters. I got a loud bird up there. All right, so here's another one of the tops of one of these chatties that's fallen off. So here's the bottom of the roof supports, and the more over here. So they would have had kind of a nice building built right here. And then inside, so you would have came in here and this would have been all open, and then they would have had the Buddha with the little Buddha images right in front of it. Looks like a seated one was right there. And then they made these into, let's see, like an octagon type shape out of brick, and then they have quite a bit of stucco that's on the outside, about 3 inches worth of the plaster on it. And then they would have had the massive Buddha right there, and that would have been a back wall, so you wouldn't have been able to see that spire right behind it. It would have been all enclosed. And you can see some more of the wall there. Not much of this one is left. Okay, so here is the principal stupa, and this is right behind the main Buddha image that was in that little prayer hall. And you can see the bell shape at the top. It went up to a nice spire. The top is broken off, but it's still in pretty decent shape. There's still a little bit of the plaster down around the bottom. And then you can see up on the bell shape, there's those little bricks that are missing, and those would have been little tiny Buddha images that would have been stuck in there. Now they say this is the popular building style of Ayutthaya before the first Burmese invasion in the 1500s. This Burma came and sacked the city twice. So this was the first time that the Burmese got here and did their thing. And then I don't know if this little piece is part of the top of that spire, but probably a good chance. And then you can see some more of the bottoms of the pillars. Yeah, this temple, there's not a whole lot left of it. I mean, mostly it's just brick and ruin, but it's still kind of cool. It's really peaceful and quiet. Definitely worth a walk around. Have to fight the red ants, so they did get me after I walked around them. A couple of them got on my feet and bit me. The hazards of walking around in the jungle in sandals. You'd think I would learn after all these years, but no. So you can see here, they got some clothes out on the line, and then they have some swampland. So this is just north of the original city of Ayutthaya. And there would have been houses, I mean, just like this, there would have been houses all out through here, but they were all made out of wood. You know, the temples, that's why you see so many of these temples, because they were made out of brick, and they were the only things that survived the passage of time. So it's a shame. It would have been beautiful to see all these houses, all these temples, and everything whenever it was in its prime. All right, so you can see the part that's fallen off. It actually is hollow in the middle. So you can see how they would have constructed it. It would have been hollow, and then they would have laid bricks around it in a circle, and then they would have put the plaster on over the top of the bricks. And then here's that one little bell-shaped jetty. Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, so that finishes up our little tour of the the monastery of the Scissors. It's pretty cool. It's just a quiet little temple that's out here in the middle of this residential area. It's not too difficult to get to. It's a couple kilometers away from some of the main temples in the city of Ayutthaya. But you know, it's one of those, you do need a little bit of transportation. You could get over here on a bike if you wanted to. And there's other temples in the area. There's quite a few, you know, when you just come through here, you'll see like a chatty just in the middle of people's houses and stuff. And it's definitely worth a look. And if you have some time to come over here and explore. I like doing stuff like this. I like just kind of tramping about in some of these old ruins. It's kind of fun for me. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and share it with your friends. If you want to know something different, or if you've actually been here, which I don't know how many people have been to this temple. It's kind of off the beaten path. But if you've been here, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And if you want me to see something different, tell me also. And I'll try to go make a video of it. I don't have any problems with that. I like going and seeing something I haven't seen before. So yeah, leave me a comment. And remember guys, as always, life is a journey. So enjoy.